Okay, I think I'm live now. Please do let me know if everything is good. Yeah, cool. So we have around 30 guys who are watching us right now. Please, I have a couple of requests. The first thing is, please like the stream. I want as many likes as possible. Before the stream ends, I am putting it a modest target of 100 likes. Let us try to do it. The last few weeks, we have done many streams on LRDA. So if you're struggling with LRDA, you can just go back to the past streams and you can watch the LRDA streams. I think we have done 2 or 3 LRDA streams in the last 2-3 weeks. Definitely do check it out. The second thing I would ask you is to please subscribe to our channel. The more people who subscribe, the more the reach of Cracku will be. So please, this is a request. Please do subscribe to the channel. We will be doing these kind of sessions every Saturday from now till CAT. Every Saturday there will be a live session. It will be either on Quant or Verbal or LRDA. So definitely do subscribe to Cracku. I think you will get a lot of resources which are going to be very useful for you in the run up to CAT. These are my 2 requests. Please do like and please do subscribe. Let us look at the stream. We'll be doing basic to moderate. I would actually say many of the questions are actually not very basic. Many of the questions I would say are on the moderate level difficulty. We'll be looking at arithmetic questions, we'll be looking at algebra questions, and we'll be looking at modern math questions. Basically, we'll be covering the entire syllabus. We'll be doing say 2 or 3 questions from each of the topic. The only topic we will not be covering in today's session is geometry. Otherwise, I would say this is a pretty comprehensive session, and it will be very useful also for you because in like 1.5 or 2 hours, you will get an understanding of all the different types of questions that can be asked. Let us look at the first question. This is the first question, guys. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to solve this. Try to solve it and then I will answer it afterwards. Good afternoon, Sai Krishna, Vedantika, Anurag. Good afternoon to all of you. Why not geometry? Abhichit Kumar Pandey is asking. Basically, I felt that if I put geometry, it is becoming too long. We will probably do only geometry sometime, some other time, maybe next week or 2 weeks from now. I thought arithmetic, algebra are important, so I put arithmetic and algebra. Once I put it, I thought there is time for another 2 or 3 questions. I didn't want to include geometry because it will become very long. So I thought, okay, I'll include maybe 1 or 2 questions in number system, and I think I included 1 question in permutation combination. If you get the answer, please do comment in the chat. I will give a shout out to all the people who got the question correct before going to the next question. Okay, guys, I think the time is up. Let us try to solve this question. In this question, we are told that there is a bartender who initially serves the customer 60% concentrated alcohol. Every time the customer finishes 50% of the drink, the bartender refills it with a 20% solution up to the brim. After how many refills will the alcohol concentration in the drink be less than 22%? So even though it looks complicated, let us first try to understand what exactly is being given. Initially, we have a solution. This is up to the brim. This was 60% alcohol. And then this guy drinks half of it. So right now we have till over here. This is 60% alcohol. Now what does the bartender do? The bartender fills the remaining half, that is, he fills it up to the brim with a 20% solution. So this half is 20%, this half is 60%. What is the overall average concentration? One half is 20%, one half is 60%. So the overall average concentration becomes 20 plus 60 divided by 2, which is equal to 40%. So after one refilling, this is the solution. This has 40% alcohol. Again, the customer drinks half of it. So he drinks till here. This is 40%. And again, the bartender fills up the top half with 20%. Now, what will the concentration of alcohol be? It will be 20 plus 40 divided by 2. What is 20 plus 40 divided by 2? This will be 60 by 2, which is 30%. So after the second refilling, the concentration in this is 30%. Again, the customer drinks half of it. So he drinks till here. This is now 30%. Again, the bartender fills the top half with 20%. So now what is the concentration of the alcohol? The concentration of the alcohol will be 20 plus 30 divided by 2, which is 25%. So after the third refilling, the concentration becomes 25%. Again, the customer drinks half of it till here. This is 25%. The bartender again refills it with 20%, the top half. So now after it, what is the concentration of the entire alcohol? It will be 20 plus 25 divided by 2, which is 22.5. So after the fourth refilling, the concentration is 22.5. Again, the customer finishes half of it. This is 22.5%. Again, the bartender refills the top half with 20%. Now, what is the overall concentration? It will be 20 plus 22.5 divided by 2, which is 42.5 divided by 2, which will be equal to 21.25%. This is after the fifth refilling. After the first refilling, the concentration is 40%. After the second refilling, concentration is 30%. After the third refilling, concentration is 25%. After the fourth refilling, concentration is 22.5%. And after the fifth refilling, concentration is 21.25%. So the concentration will be less than 22% for the first time after 5 refillings. Let me give a quick shout out to everybody who got it correct. Please do like the stream, guys. In the meantime, we have more than 60 people who are watching the stream. Heath Jain, Akriti, Nancy, these are the people who got it correct. Sorry if I missed somebody. Okay. Good afternoon to all of you. Please do like the stream, guys. We have, I think, 45 likes. We need 55 more likes. Please do like it because the target for today is 100 likes. Let us look at the second question. Are you ready for it? Okay, this is the second question. Again, you have 2 minutes to solve it. Rich, sir, what is the faster method to solve it? Actually, it is not a very long method, man. If you understood how I was solving it, if you don't have to explain to anybody, you can solve it within 2 minutes, the earlier question. It is just because I'm explaining it in a slow way, it is taking time. But try to solve it on your own. You don't need to explain to anybody. You can solve it much faster. Neerja Jain, sir, what are we doing today? We are doing all the quant except geometry. Geometry we'll do some other time. Nancy Dubey, sir, I have recently started my preparation. I know the basics of all the sections. What should I do? I would recommend you to start solving from previous year's papers. Download the previous year's papers. First thing I would tell you is, just give me 1 minute. If you have covered any topic, just try to solve from previous papers from that particular topic. We have uploaded all the previous paper questions topic wise. So for example, if you're looking at geometry questions from previous papers, we have a page for it. If you're looking at arithmetic questions from a particular from previous year's papers, we have a page for it. If you're looking at logarithms questions from from previous papers, we have a page for it. You have to just Google search. You can just, for example, if you're looking at geometry questions, just Google search Cracku, put the topic name, that is for geometry, put Cracku geometry questions. Just Google search this and you'll get the page where we have uploaded the previous papers of geometry from all the CAT previous papers. If you're looking for, say, logarithms questions, just change this geometry to logarithms. So just put Cracku logarithms questions. If you're looking for, I don't know, number systems, just put Cracku number systems questions. Then you'll get that page. If you've finished any syllabus, any topic, and if you want to practice, I always advise you the best resource for you to practice is previous paper questions. If you get previous year's questions, or you might have some book which has previous year's papers, just go through the book. If you want PDFs, again, you can just download these PDFs. But the best way to practice is through previous year's papers. Okay, this question also time is up. Please do write down what is the answer that you got in the chat. I will give a shout out to you after I explain this question. So in this question, we are told that there is a 1000-meter race. B took 50% more time than C to finish the race. B also took 25% more time than A. Okay. If all three started the race from the same point of a circular track of length 1100 meters with A and B traveling in clockwise, C is traveling counterclockwise, what is the distance between the meeting point of A and C and the meeting point of B and C? Okay, very interesting question. First, let us get an understanding of what is the ratio of their speeds. Once we get an understanding of the ratio of their speeds, doing and solving this question is not very difficult. What is the information that is given? We are told that B takes 50% more time than C to finish the race. So if you assume that time taken let us assume the time taken by A is t seconds. What is the time taken by B? What is the time taken by C? For B, we have understanding. B took 25% more time than A. So the time taken by B will be 1.25 t. And what is the time taken by C? B took 50% more time than C to finish the race. So this would imply that the time taken by C will be 1.25 t divided by 1.5. Let us again just confirm whether the numbers are matching or not. The first one is that B took 50% more time than C to finish the race. If this is the time taken by C, the time taken by B will be this into 1.5. So we're going to get the time of B. The time taken by B is 25% more than the time taken by A. So if this is the time taken by A, the time taken by B will be 1.25 times that. So these are the times taken by A, B and C. We need their speeds. Their respective speeds will be the reciprocal of their respective times. At least the ratio of their speeds will be reciprocal or inverse of the times taken, of the ratio of the times taken. So what is the ratio of speeds of A, B and C? Speed of A is to speed of B is to speed of C. This ratio will be 1 by T is to 1 by 1.25 T is to 1.5 divided by 1.25 T. So we can simplify this. This is 1 is to 1.25 is 5 by 4. So this is 1 is to 4 by 5 is to 1.5 by 1.25 is 6 by 5. You can divide both of them with 0.25. This is the ratio, or you can multiply the entire ratio with 5. Of their speeds is 5 is to 4 is to 6. Now what is asked for us? What we are told is they are running around a circle. They start from the same point. A and B are running in clockwise direction. C is running in anti-clockwise direction. I think that is what is given. A and B traveling clockwise, C is traveling counterclockwise. Now, what is the first point at which A and C meet? What is the speed of A? If you assume that speed of A is 5, speed of B is 4 and speed of C is 6. Both of them are traveling in opposite directions. The ratio of their speeds is 5:6. If you're looking only at A and C, the ratio of their speeds is 5:6 because ratio of speeds of A, B and C is 5:4:6. So if they meet somewhere over here, if this is the meeting point of A and C, the overall length is 1100. The distance covered by C to the distance covered by B, the distance covered by A, if this is DC and if this is DA, DC, the distance covered by C divided by the distance covered by A, this ratio will be exactly in the same ratio as their speeds. Because if the ratio of their speeds is 5:6, after any given time, the distance covered by C and the distance covered by A will be in the same ratio, which will be again 6:5. And the total of DC plus DA is 1100 meters. Because the total distance of the circle, the circumference of the circle is given as 1100 meters. Using these two, we need to calculate the value of DC and DA. 1 divided by the other is 6:5. The sum is 1100. You can calculate it that DC will therefore be equal to 600 and DA will be equal to 500. What we are essentially saying is, this point over here where A and C meet is 500 meters from the starting point of A and B. This distance is 500 meters. Of course, this distance is 600 meters, but it is just too confusing to write everything. We'll just calculate this distance, it is 500 meters. Now, what about B and C? In the same way, suppose B covers some distance. Now, DC divided by DB is equal to 6/4 because the ratio of their speeds is 6:4. And again, the sum of the distance DC plus DB will be the same. It is 1100. Now, we need to identify what is DC and DB. So, you can identify it over here. 6/4 is 3/2. So, the value of DC is 3/2 times DB. This would imply that DB plus 3/2 times DB is equal to 1100, or 5/2 times DB is equal to 1100, or the value of DB you can simplify will be 440, and the value of DC will be 1100 minus 440, which is 660. So the place where B and C meet over here, this distance is 440 meters. So A, B and C start over here. A and C meet 500 meters from the starting point. B and C meet 440 meters from the starting point. So this distance between both of those points will be 60 meters. So the answer for this particular question is option A, which is 60 meters. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got it correct. I think many people got it correct. Ayush Jangir and all. Ayush Jangir, I think he is the only guy who got it correct, which is good, man. Well done. Let us look at the next question. Like I mentioned, these are slightly tough questions, so don't be demotivated if you're not getting it correct. Secondly, I'm giving only 2 minutes because I also want to solve questions, more questions. So if you are not able to get it correct within the time period, don't worry about it. Focus on learning, that is much more important. Okay, this is again a very interesting question. Try to solve it, guys. We got 63 likes. We need another 37 more likes. Please do like the stream, guys. Vedantika is saying, sir, ratio of distance is equal to ratio of speed when time is constant. You are absolutely correct, Vedantika. Ratio of the distance that they covered is exactly equal to the ratio of their speeds if the time is the same. Okay guys, I think the time is up. Let's try to solve it. This is a very interesting question. What is actually given? A cricket batsman goes to a improvement camp, okay? He plays 8 matches there and his scores are always increasing from match 1 to match 8. So let us assume that his scores in the 8 matches are A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7 and A8. Let us assume that these are the 8 scores that he has, and the average of the first 8 matches is 21.5. So what is the total runs that he scored? If the average of the 8 matches is 21.5, total will be equal to 21.5 into 8, and this comes to equal 172. So the sum of A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 plus A6 plus A7 plus A8, the sum of all of them is 172. Whereas the average of his scores in the first 6 matches is 19.833. So A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus A5 plus A6, that is the sum of his scores in the first 6 matches will be 6 into 19.833. This will come to equal 119. It will be close to it, but you will have to like approximate it. So 19.833 into 6 is 119. The sum of all the 8 scores is 172. Sum of the first 6 scores is 119. The difference between these two, between 172 and 119, is 53. And what does this 53 represent? This 53 represents the sum of the scores in the last 2 games. This is equal to 53. We are also told that average of his scores in the last 5 matches is 23.6. So that would imply that A4 plus A5 plus A6 plus A7 plus A8, the sum of his scores in the last 5 matches is 23.6 into 5. This is equal to 118. So the sum of his scores from the last 5 matches is 118. So what is the sum of the scores in these 3 matches? The sum of the scores in all these 5 matches is 118. The sum of the scores in the last 2 matches is 53. So sum of the scores in these 3 matches is 118 minus 53, which will come to equal 65. Similarly, what is the sum of the scores in the first 3 matches? The sum of the scores in the last 5 matches is 118. The total of all the 8 matches is 172. So the sum of the scores in the first 3 matches is 172 minus 118. This will come to equal 54. So all the information that is given to us can basically be encompassed in this particular format. What we are saying is sum of his scores in the first 3 matches is 54. Sum of his scores in the next 3 matches is 65. Sum of the scores in the last 2 matches is 53. This is what we know. And what are we required to calculate? We are required to calculate what is the minimum he scored in match 5. That is, we are trying to minimize this. The first thing that you'll have to think about is, if I'm trying to minimize it, can I just make it 0? Can I say that, okay, he scored 0 here and he scored say 30 here and 35 here? Can that be true? That can't be true for 2 reasons. One, his score in A5 has to be greater than his score in A4. So he can't score 30 in A4 and 0 in A5. That is the first thing. Second thing, his score in A4 has to be greater than his score in A3, which has to be greater than his score in A2, which has to be greater than his score in A1. And the sum of these three has to be 54. So if you are trying to minimize A5, you need to have A4, A3, A2, A1, all of them should be as minimum as possible. Especially, you want A4 and A3 to be minimum. What is the minimum value? And you also want this condition to be satisfied. What is the minimum value of A3? We know that A3 is greater than A2. We also know that A3 is greater than A1. These two we know. And of course, A3 is equal to A3. Why am I writing all of this? Because now if I add these three on the left hand side, I'm going to get 3A3. And on the right hand side, I'm going to get A1 plus A2 plus A3. 3A3 will be strictly greater than A1 plus A2 plus A3. And A1 plus A2 plus A3 is 54. Or the value of A3 is strictly greater than 18. The minimum value of A3 is 18. So the minimum value of A3 has to be greater than 18. Therefore, the minimum value of A3 is 19. And in that particular case, A2 we can assume is say 18 and A1 will be say 17. 17 plus 18 plus 19 is 54. This is fine. So the minimum value that A3 can take is 19. You cannot have A3 to be like say 15. If A3 is 15 and say if A2 is 14 and A1 is say 13, these three will add up to 42. They will not add up to 54. If the sum of these three is 54, A3 has to be minimum of 19. And A4 has to be greater than A3. So minimum value of A4 is 20. And therefore minimum value of A5 is 21. Once this is fixed, it becomes not very difficult. A6, if you are looking at it, this is already 41. So this has to be 24. This is fine. And we want A7 and A8 to sum up to 53. A7 has to be greater than A6. You can assume it to be any number. We can assume it to be say 25 and A8 will be 28. This is just one of the ways in which all the conditions are satisfied. But the most important thing that you need to remember is the minimum value of A3 is 19. Therefore, minimum value of A4 is 20 and therefore minimum value of A5 is 21. Therefore, the answer for this particular question is option C, which is equal to 21. Let me look at who got this correct and I'll quickly give a shout out. This is a tough question, I feel. This is not a very easy question. I think Parth got it correct. Vedavardhan Guru got it correct. Srijan also, I think, got it correct. So everybody who got it correct, well done. Let us look at the next question. We have 68 people on this stream. We have 71 likes. I need another 29 likes, guys. Okay, this is the next question. This I would say is not a tough question. It is just that time is lesser, but try to get it correct. 71 likes. Received. 29 more likes needed. Sir, can you explain how 3A3 is strictly greater than 54 and not greater than or equal to 54? Okay. I'll explain after this question is over. Okay. Vedantika wanted me to explain why A3 is strictly greater than 18. What we know earlier is A3, this is from the earlier question, A3 is strictly greater than A2. Because that guy's score is increasing. It is not more or less increasing, or it is equal to an increasing. That is not the case. His score in the third game is strictly greater than his score in the second game. Similarly, his score in the third game is definitely greater than his score in the first game. If you are adding both of them, you are getting 2A3 is strictly greater than A1 plus A2. There is no equal to here. 2 times A3 is definitely greater than A1 plus A2. You can assume that this is something like, say, 5 is greater than 3. Now on both sides, I'm saying add A3. Add A3 over here and add A3 over here. If you are adding the same number to both sides of the inequality will not change. It will remain strictly greater than. It will not become greater than or equal to. Because whatever you added this side, you are adding the same thing on that side. So 3 times A3 is greater than A1 plus A2 plus A3. This we know is equal to 54. For example, if I tell you that we have 2 times A3 is greater than, for example, say 20. I don't know. Just assume that. If I'm adding 5 here and if I'm adding 5 here, the inequality will remain in place. For example, even if I'm removing 2A3, suppose it is say 30 is greater than 20. Whatever number I'm adding here, and if I'm adding the same number over here, the inequality will remain the same. 30 plus 10 is greater than 20 plus 10. 30 plus 1000 is greater than 20 plus 1000. 30 plus any number is greater than 20 plus the same number. That is why it will be strictly greater than and not greater than or equal to. Because A3 is strictly greater than A2. A3 is strictly greater than A1. So it will remain strictly greater than. Let us try to solve this question. In this question, we are told that there is a bus operator who operates between cities A and B. The bus stops for a certain time X at canteen. The canteen owner bribes ₹2 to the bus driver for every minute that he stops at the canteen. While running, the bus travels at a constant speed of 54 kilometers per hour. The bus starts from city A at 10 a.m. and reaches city B at 7 p.m. If the amount earned by the driver through bribes is 1080, the average speed of the journey including stoppage is what? So we have city A and we have city B, and there is a stop at the canteen somewhere in the middle. This is city A, this is city B, and this is canteen. The bus starts from city A at 10 a.m. and it reaches city B at 7 p.m. Now let us assume that he stops in the canteen for how much time? Let us assume that he stops for X hours. This total journey from 7 p.m. to 10 a.m. is 9 hours. But out of these 9 hours, he stopped at the canteen for X hours. Therefore, the actual journey is for only 9 minus X hours. This is the actual journey. Can we figure out what is the value of X? We can figure out the actual value of X because this guy is bribing ₹12 per minute. He made a total of 1080. So the number of minutes of stoppage will be equal to 1080 divided by 12, which is equal to 90 minutes. 90 minutes is equal to 1.5 hours. So the bus stops at the canteen for 1.5 hours. Therefore, the actual journey is only for 9 minus 1.5 hours, which is equal to 7.5 hours. So the bus travels for 7.5 hours. In the middle, it stops at the canteen for 1.5 hours. So what is the total distance between A and B? Distance will be the time taken, which is 7.5 hours, into the speed of the bus, which is 54. Because remember what is given to us. We are told that whenever it is running, while running, the bus travels at a constant speed of 54 kilometers per hour. Therefore, The distance is 7.5 into 54. Now what is the total time including the stoppage? It is 9. So the average speed, if you are including the stoppage, is 7.5 into 54, which is the distance, divided by 9. This is 5 and this is 6. If you are dividing both of them with 1.5, this is 9. This comes to equal 45 kilometers per hour. So if you are including the stoppage, the total average speed is 45 kilometers per hour, which is option A. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this question correct. Varun, Ashton, some police, Vedantika, Satvik, Raghav, Vedavardhan, Akriti Mohanot, Kishore, Heath Jain, PUBG, Brahm Dave, Hari, Anurag, Abhijit Kumar Pandey, Parth. Many of you got it correct, man. Well done, guys. Let us look at the next question. Okay, one thing I wanted to tell you is many of you know that Telegram was banned in India for some period of time, and it was again recently unbanned, because of which there were some turbulences in our own this Telegram network. So we have started a new Telegram channel. We'll post the link for the Telegram channel in the chat. We'll also put a link to the Telegram channel in the description of this video. Please do join us on the Telegram channel. We are trying to make it an active community where we distribute our free resources actively there. You will get links for the daily target, you will get the daily articles, you will get a complete schedule whenever we release a new batch. You can download the PDF where you get a good idea of what you have to read on a particular day. This schedule is downloaded by thousands of students. It will be very useful for you. So definitely please do join us on our Telegram channel. And as usual, please do like this video and please do subscribe to the channel. This is the next question. Try to solve it. I would say this is a pretty easy one. I hope to see many of you get it correct. Yes, Akriti, while calculating the average speed, it is specifically mentioned that you have to include the stoppage time at the canteen. If it is mentioned, you have to use it. If it is not mentioned, maybe you shouldn't use it, but normally that ambiguity will not be there in questions. They will tell you whether to use it or not in the question itself. In this question, it was actually asked to add the stoppage time. Okay, I think the time is up, guys. P, Q, and R can complete a task in 10, 15, and 20 days respectively. P and Q start working on the task together, and after 3 days, R joins and P leaves. If they work together for 3 more days, what fraction of the task is completed, is left to be completed? So P can finish a task in 10 days. Q can finish the same task in 15 days. And R can finish the task in 20 days. This is what is given to us, 10, 15, and 20 days. Normally, when you are given the time it takes to finish a task, that is not super important. What is important is their efficiency. That is, how much work do they do in a particular time period. That is more important, that you can add and subtract directly. So how do we calculate the efficiency of each of these guys given the time it takes for them to finish the task? A simple way to do it is assume that the total work that needs to be done is the LCM of the times taken, which is 10, 15 and 20. The LCM is 60, so let us assume that the total work that needs to be done is 60 units. You can assume this to be any number. If you assume it to be a multiple, like a least common multiple, many of the calculations become easy. So what is the work done by P in one day? The total work that needs to be done is 60. He takes 10 days to do it. So he can do 6 units of work in a particular day. Q takes 15 days to do 60 units of work. So in one day, he will be doing 4 units of work. R takes 20 days to do 60 units of work. So in one day, he will be doing 3 units of work. Now you are told that initially they are doing this job. For the first 3 days, who works? P and Q work. And after 3 days, for another 3 days, who works? Q and R work. If P and Q are working in a day, they do 6 plus 4, which is 10 units of work per day. And if Q and R are working, they will be doing 4 plus 3, that is 7 units of work per day. So in 3 days, the total work that these guys do will be 30 units, 3 into 10. And in these 3 days, the total work that they will do is 3 into 7, which is 21 units. Overall, in these 6 days, the total work that will be done is 30 plus 21, which is 51 units. What is the total work that needs to be done? The total work that needs to be done is 60 units, out of which 51 units is finished. So the work remaining is 9, and the fraction of the work remaining is 9 divided by 60. If you simplify it, this is equal to 3 by 20. So the answer for this particular question is 3 by 20, which is option C. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got it correct before going to the next question. Many people got it correct, guys. Well done. We have Abhijit Kumar Pandey, Parth, Shubhang, Brahm Dave, Anurag, Hari, Akshay, Ayush, Arun, Srijan, PUBG Gamer, Ananya Khanna, Vedantika, Vedavardhan Guru, Varun, Heath, Shubham, Akriti, Karif, Vineet and Vineet Pandya. Okay, let us look at the next one. Okay, somebody wanted me to show the mug. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Focus on the question is what I would tell you, but okay, take it. This is the mug. Let me know if you can read it, otherwise I'll show it close by. Close it to the camera. Why do you want my cap, this man? Okay. Oh, I don't know whether you can see it or not. It just says, okay. Akshay is saying, sir, can you conduct a detailed session on inequalities and functions, please? Okay, inequalities and functions, they're important, but not as important as arithmetic and algebra. But I'll do it. We have time, right? So we'll do it. This also is an easy question, man. I hope you get it correct. PUBG, what does it say? Couldn't read it. It says Dunia ka best bhai. No, man, there is no logo of any person. It just is some gift that somebody gave. Ram takes 30 minutes to reach office from home by car. One day, due to heavy traffic, he drove his car at 4/5 of his original speed for 1/3 of the total distance and remaining distance at 2/5 of the original speed. Find out the time taken by Ram on that day. So let us assume that this is his home and this is his office. Let his usual speed, this is who Ram. Okay, let the usual speed of Ram be s kilometers per hour. Usual time taken is 30 minutes. What is 30 minutes? 30 minutes is 1 by 2 hours. So his usual speed is s kilometers per hour and the time taken is 1 by 2 hours. Therefore, the distance between his home and his office is s by 2. S by 2 kilometers. Because he reaches in half an hour, if his usual speed is s kilometers per hour, the distance between his home and his office is s by 2 kilometers. Now, on a particular day, for the first 1/3 of his total journey, is for 1/3 of the total journey, he goes at how much speed? He goes at 4/5 of his original speed. So he goes at 4 by 5s. And for the remaining 2/3, he goes at how much speed? He goes at 2/5 of his original speed. So he will go at 2 by 5. Now the total distance is s by 2. 1/3 of that, 1/3 of s by 2 is s by 6. 2/3 of s by 2 is s by 3. 1/3 of s by 2 is s by 6. 2/3 of s by 2 is equal to s by 3. So this s by 6 kilometers, he goes at 4 by 5s. This s by 3 kilometers, he goes at 2s by 5. So the total time taken will be s by 6 divided by 4s by 5 plus s by 3 divided by 2s by 5. This, if you are simplifying, will be 5 by 24 plus this is 5 by 6, which is equal to by 24, 5 plus 20, which is equal to 25 by 24 hours. If you want it in minutes, it will be 25 by 24 into 60. This is 10. This is, I'm dividing it by 6, so this is 4. This is 2 and this is 5. This is 125 by 2 is equal to 62.5 minutes. So the total time taken for him on that particular day is option A, which is 62.5 minutes. Many people got it correct. Shubhang, Ritu Panwar, Akriti, Tanushri, Ananya Khanna, Vedantika, Vineet Pandey, Keith Jain, Hari, Shivam Singh, Satvik Chitti, all of you got it correct. Well done, guys. We got 80 likes also. Try to get to another 20 likes. In this question, Aman and Kushal co-authored a thesis paper consisting of 288 pages. We have two guys. We have Aman and Kushal. Aman worked thrice the time that Kushal worked on the paper. So if Aman worked for 3x hours, Kushal worked for x hours. But Kushal wrote 4 more pages than Aman per hour. So if Aman wrote A pages per hour, Kushal wrote A plus 4 pages per hour. Both of them worked on the paper for a total of 36 hours. This is the times that they worked. Aman worked 3 times as much as Kushal, three times as much time. So 3x plus x is the total time that they worked. 3x plus x is equal to 36. 4x is equal to 36, or the value of x is 9 hours. This would imply that Aman worked for 27 hours, Kushal worked for 9 hours. And what is the total number of pages that they wrote? It will be 27 times A plus 9 times A plus 4. This is the total number of pages that they wrote. Because Aman worked for 27 hours, every hour he wrote A pages. Kushal worked for 9 hours, every hour he wrote A plus 4 pages. So the total number of pages he wrote is 27A plus 9 times A plus 4. This has to equal 288, which is the total number of pages that they actually wrote, which is 288. Using this, we'll get a value for A. So 27A plus 9A plus 36 is equal to 288, or 36A is equal to 252, or the value of A is 7 hours. This would imply that not 7 hours, this is 7 pages per hour. So Aman wrote 7 pages every year. Kushal wrote 4 pages more than 7, so Kushal wrote 11 pages per hour. And overall, Aman worked for 27 hours, Kushal worked for 9 hours. This way, they finished their 288 pages. Now, if the speeds of Aman and Kushal were interchanged, so now Aman, instead of 7 pages per hour, he's going to write 11 pages per hour. And Kushal, instead of writing 11 pages per hour, he will be writing 7 pages per hour. This is the new speed. Then how much approximate time would Kushal take to write the thesis paper? So Kushal will be writing 7 pages per hour. The total number of pages that have to be written is 288. So the time taken is 288 by 7, which will come to 41 1 by 7 hours. If you are asked to round it off to the nearest integer, the answer will be 41. Let us look at how many people got it correct. I'll quickly give a shout out to all of them. We have Ash Jogi, Vedantika, Ananya, Brahm Dave, Shivam Singh, Vineet Pandya, Ketan, Parth, Shubhang, Akriti, Mohanot, Srijan. I think these guys have gotten it correct. Well done, guys. Try to solve this question. From here, I think we are going to get some algebra questions. Abhiram, no, they mentioned the nearest integer. So if you get it as 41.1, you should write it as 41. It was mentioned in the question that you have to round it to the nearest integer. Yes, Gokula Kiran, 47 is a good start. Continue to build on it. Hope to increase it by another 30-35 marks in the upcoming 4-5 months. That I think should be a good score. Okay, time is up, guys. Let us try to solve it. How many pairs of positive integers a and b satisfy 1 by a plus 5 by b is 1 by 5, where b is a even integer less than 50. So we have 1 by a plus 5 by b is equal to 1 by 5. If you are cross multiplying it, you are going to get b plus 5a divided by ab is equal to 1 by 5. If you cross multiply, you are going to get 5b plus 25a is equal to ab, or ab minus 25a minus 5b is equal to 0. This is the equation that you have. Whenever you get this kind of an equation in an MBA examination, try to write it as a product of two terms. And how do you complete it? First, you have to identify what is the kind of equation this is. You have a product of two variables, a and b, and you have a linear equation in the two variables, which is 25a and 5b. So now what is minus 25 into minus 5? Minus 25 into minus 5 is 125. So the trick over here is to add 125 here and 125 here. So what we are essentially saying is AB minus 25A minus 5B plus 125 is equal to 125. Why did we do it? It seems non-intuitive as to why we did it, but we did it for a specific reason. Because now if you are looking at these four terms, if you take a common between the first two terms, it is b minus 25. If you take minus 5 common between these two terms, it is b minus 25. That is, this is simply equal to a minus 5 into b minus 25 is equal to 125. That is, the product of a minus 5 and b minus 25 is 125. What do we know about b? We know that a and b are integers and b is an even integer which is less than 50. In how many ways can we express 125 as a product of two terms? 125 is 125 into 1, or 25 into 5, or 5 into 25, or again the same 1 into 125. 125 has only 4 factors: 1, 5, 25, 125. So in the first case, if a minus 5 is 125, a will be 130 and b will be 25 plus 1, which is 26. This is for this particular scenario, where we are saying that a minus 5 is 125, b minus 25 is 1. In the second scenario, a minus 5 is 25, so a is 30. And b minus 25 is 5, so b is also equal to 30. In the third case, a minus 5 is 5, so a is 30. And b minus 25 is 25, so b is 50. In the next case, a minus 5 is 1, so a is 6. B minus 25 is 125, so b is 150. But remember what we wanted. We wanted an even integer which is less than 50. It should not be less than or equal to, it should be strictly less than 50. So we have only two cases for b, which is 26 and 30. So there are two possibilities for b, which is option D. Let us now look at the next question. Before we look at the next question, I wanted to tell you that we have a batch which is starting on Monday. You can get all the details about the batch if you can just Google search Cracku CAT 2026 course. You will get a page where all the details about the batch are mentioned. Or if you have any doubts, you can just WhatsApp us on this number or call us on this number. The number is 6303-239042. This is our support number. If you call or send a message, somebody from the Cracku team will get in touch with you. It is a pretty good course. I think it is a very good course for the last 5 months. It has daily live classes from Monday to Friday. We take the classes from 7:30 to 9:30. I teach one of the days, Saili teaches one of the days. And the remaining 3 days, we have excellent faculty who will take care of the live classes. We also have weekly revision. We have one-to-one mentorship where you can book a slot and one of our mentor will call you in that particular time slot. And we have the daily day-wise schedule where every day we will give you a list of videos that we want you to watch, a list of questions that we want you to solve. Everything is very well planned to help you make the best use of the last 5 months. If you are interested in it, just please Google search Cracku CAT 2026 course, or you can just contact us on this number 6303 239042. This is the next question, guys. Try to solve it. Vedantika is saying, sir, how did you know that 125 should be added to both the sides? I usually have difficulty in factorizing such non-linear equations. Okay, I'll tell you after that. Time for this question is done. Okay, before I answer it, somebody had a doubt in the earlier question. Let me just go to it once. Yeah, over here, basically, the equation I got was this: AB minus 25A minus 5B is equal to 0. If I just expanded everything, I got AB, which is the product of both the variables, minus 25A minus 5B. So product of the two variables and then a linear equation, 25A and 5B. I'm looking at the coefficient of A. What is the coefficient of A? It is minus 25. What is the coefficient of B? It is minus 5. Multiply both of them. What is minus 25 into 5 into minus 5? It is 125. When you multiply both the coefficients, you're getting plus 125. So I'm saying add plus 125 here and plus 125 here. Then whatever you're getting over here, AB minus 25A minus 5B plus 125, this can be factorized. That is how I found out 125. It is minus 25 into minus 5. Okay, in this question, we are asked to calculate the number of solutions of the equation 9 divided by x minus 9 divided by square root of x plus 2 is 2 by x minus 7 by square root of x plus 3 is equal to 0. Clearly, we have square root of x in the denominator and x in the denominator. So one way in which we can make better sense of it, make it slightly more intuitive, is assume that 1 by square root of x is equal to y. So the value of 1 by x is equal to y square. Therefore, the given equation becomes equal to 9y square minus 9y plus 2 into 2 by x becomes 2y square minus 7y plus 3 is equal to 0. This is the equation that we have. We can factorize 9y square minus 9y plus 2. We can write this as 9y square minus 6y minus 3y plus 2 And 2y square minus 7y plus 3 also can be factorized. We can write it as 2y square minus 6y minus y plus 3 is equal to 0. This is 3y minus 1 into 3y minus 2, and this is 2y minus 1 into y minus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, the value of y is 1 by 3, or y is 2 by 3, or y is 1 by 2, or y is 3. This is the value of y. But what is y? Y is just equal to 1 by square root of x. So the value of x, basically we are saying, is 1 by y square. That is the value of x. So x is 9 or 9 by 4 or 4 or 1 by 9. So the number of values that x can take is 4. There are 4 solutions for this given equation. Let me again quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this question correct before going to the next one. I think we have Ananya Khanna, Vedantika, Srijan, Shivam Singh and Shreya Srivatsa got this correct. Let us try to solve this question in the meantime. We have 93 likes, guys. Seven more likes needed. Akriti, sir, how can I do modulus? Modulus, I think it will be good if you understand the concepts well. First, you should understand the theory, what is modulus, not just the definition, but if you go through one or two concept videos, it will be good. So try to see if you are enrolled to Cracku, there are definitely some videos on modulus. Go through one or two videos so that you get a good conceptual understanding. It is not very complex, but having a decent conceptual understanding of modulus will be helpful, especially in inequalities. Like you say, if somebody says, what is modulus of x minus 3 less than 5? What does it mean? Like say, okay, I think time is up. Say if somebody says x minus 3 modulus is less than 5. How can we remove the modulus? You should have some understanding here. Similarly, if somebody says modulus of x minus y is less than say 4, how do you remove it? In the same one, if modulus of x minus 3 is greater than 5, how do you remove the modulus here? So getting some understanding of these kind of concepts will help you. From the standpoint of CAT, the depth of modulus is not much, but having a good grasp on the foundations will be very useful. Okay. In this question, we are told that a plus b is equal to b plus c is equal to a plus c is equal to 2 times abc. Find the value of a cube plus b cube plus c cube, given that none of a, b and c is equal to 0. So what are we given? we are told that a plus b is equal to b plus c is equal to a plus c is equal to 2 times abc. Let us assume that a plus b is equal to b plus c is equal to a plus c is equal to 2abc is equal to k. So what we essentially have is a plus b is equal to k, b plus c is equal to k, a plus c is equal to k. If you are adding all three of them, what are you going to get? You are going to get 2a plus 2b plus 2c is equal to 3k. I'm just adding all these three equations. Or the value of a plus b plus c is equal to 3k by 2. Now if a plus b is equal to k and a plus b plus c is equal to 3k by 2, from these two equations, I can deduce that the value of c is equal to k by 2. And what is the value of b? B plus c is equal to k. So b also will be equal to k by 2. A plus b is equal to k. So the value of a also is equal to k by 2. Essentially what we are saying is a is equal to b is equal to c. So now if you are looking at this particular equation, we'll replace b and c with a. So we are going to get 2a is equal to b plus c, which is again 2a. This is equal to a plus c, which is again 2a, which is equal to 2abc, which is equal to 2a cube. Obviously, these three equations, these three are not adding anything new, but this is adding something new. We have 2a is equal to 2a cube, or a cube minus a is equal to 0, which is a into a square minus 1 is equal to 0. So a into a minus 1 into a plus 1 is equal to 0. So the values that we have are either a is 0 or a is 1 or a is minus 1. But it is given to us that none of a, b and c is 0. This is given to us. This would imply that this is not true. So either a is 1 or a is minus 1. If a is 1, b will be 1, c will be 1. Or a is minus 1, b is minus 1, c is minus 1. In the first case, what are we required to calculate? We are required to calculate a cube plus b cube plus c cube. In the first case, that will be 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. In the second case, it will be minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, which is minus 3. So the answer is that a cube plus b cube plus c cube is either plus 3 or minus 3. It can be either option A or option C. So the correct answer is it cannot be determined. Let me quickly give a shout out to students who got it correct. Yeah, Samarth got it correct. Ananya Khanna got it correct. Pratik also got it correct. Satvik got it correct. Many of you, I think, have gotten it correct. Let us look at the next question. Sorry if I missed out on anybody's name. Sir, how to improve in algebra? Should I remember all identities? I am unable to solve these kind of questions without assuming some values. I would say remembering some identities are definitely useful. The simple identities I would want you to remember is a plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, a plus b whole cube, a minus b whole cube. The next one is a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. Other than that, I don't think too many things are needed. What I would again tell you is, I would want you to, maybe if you have access to the Cracku study room, try to solve the LOD 1 questions, that is level of difficulty 1 questions, the easy questions in algebra, so that you get a sense of how it is. Or if you are again have access to Cracku study room, go through the Quant Rush. In Quant Rush, pick only algebra and try to solve some questions from algebra. Basically, unless you solve questions, you won't gain the confidence. Sir, in previous question, as quadratic equation has 2 roots, the answer has 2 quadratic equations. So can we say that it has 4 roots in total? I know what you're saying, but there are slight complications. The reason I don't want you to infer that is because Oh, I'll tell you. After this question, I'll go back and I'll tell you. This is for Vedavardhan. Just because it has two quadratic equations, assuming that it has 4 roots in total might not be correct always. Okay guys, the time is up. Before solving this, I'll just go back to the earlier one and I'll just give one explanation. After that, I'll come back to it. In this question, basically, somebody was asking that, okay, see, this is two quadratic equations. This will have 2 roots and this will have 2 roots. So can I directly put 4 and go? Now the answer is 4, but still you will have to calculate what are those 4 roots. Why is that important? Because over here, this is a quadratic equation in square root of x. And I want you to remember one thing. There is a common misconception about square root of x, but square root of x is always positive. It is greater than or equal to 0. It is never negative. That is, square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 9 is not minus 3. Square root of x is always positive. That is what I want you to remember. Don't forget. Okay. It is true that minus 3 whole square is equal to 3 square is equal to 9. I know that. Minus 3 square is equal to 3 square is equal to 9. That is known to me. But if somebody is asking you what is square root of 9, this has to be 3. This is not equal to minus 3. Now, why is this important? Because over here, this is a quadratic equation in square root of x. This is a quadratic equation in square root of x. So, if you are not finding those roots, you can't be sure that the roots are positive or if the roots are real. Sometimes quadratic equations won't have real roots. Here you have to ensure that the roots are positive, they are real and positive. Here also you have to ensure that the roots are real and positive. If you are able to figure out that, okay, this is a quadratic equation in square root of x, I know that using some theorem like discriminant and b square minus 4ac, you are able to figure out that the roots are real. Then you have to confirm that the roots are positive. That also you can do it by looking at the product of the roots and looking at the sum of the roots. You can figure out that, okay, the roots are positive for this. Go back over here also, the roots are real and both the roots are positive. If you're able to figure that out, then if you're marking it as 4, I would say it is okay. But if you're just assuming that this is a quadratic equation, this will have 2 roots, this is a quadratic equation, it will have 2 roots, and marking it as 4, it won't be correct always. In this particular case, by coincidence, it is correct, but it will not be correct always. Okay, let us look at this particular question. What is the number of integral solutions of the equation 7 times y plus 1 by y minus 2 times y square plus 1 by y square is equal to 9? Clearly, we have y plus 1 by y and y square plus 1 by y square in this equation. So let us try to assume that the value of y plus 1 by y is equal to p. If you are squaring this, you are going to get y square plus 1 by y square plus 2 is equal to p square, or y square plus 1 by y square is equal to p square minus 2. Therefore, the given equation becomes equal to 7 times p minus 2 times p square minus 2, because y square plus 1 by y square is p square minus 2 is equal to 9. So if you are looking at it, we have 7p minus 2p square plus 4 is equal to 9, or 2p square minus 7p plus 5 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation. This is 2p square minus 5p minus 2p plus 5 is equal to 0. This is p minus 1 into 2p minus 5 is equal to 0. So the value of p is either 1 or the value of p is equal to 5 by 2. But what is p? P is y plus 1 by y. So either y plus 1 by y is equal to 1 or y plus 1 by y is equal to 5 by 2. Now y plus 1 by y is always greater than or equal to 2, or y plus 1 by y is less than or equal to minus 2. One of these two has to happen. Y plus 1 by y is either greater than or equal to 2, or y plus 1 by y is less than or equal to minus 2. In this particular case, this is not possible because y plus 1 by y cannot be equal to 1. Y plus 1 by y can be 5 by 2, so that will be another quadratic equation which will solve. We are basically getting y square plus 1 by y is equal to 5 by 2, or 2y square minus 5y plus 2 is equal to 0, which is 2y square minus 4y minus y plus 2 is equal to 0, which is 2y minus 1 into y minus 2 is equal to 0. So either y is 1 by 2 or y is equal to 2. These are the two solutions for y. We are asked to calculate the number of integral solutions. We are only looking for integer solutions. So there is only one integer solution, which is that y is equal to 2. So the correct answer is this equation has one integer solution. Let me quickly give a shout out to everybody who got this correct before going to the next one. Okay, I think Pratik, Ashay, Samad, Vishwa, Nani, and Vedantika. These guys got it correct. Well done, guys. Try to solve this question. Sir, how did we obtain that condition on y? We use the arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean. Y plus 1 by y, okay, for any value of y, okay, is, if both of them are positive, y plus 1 by y divided by 2 is greater than or equal to square root of y into 1 by y. This is arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean. So y plus 1 by y divided by 2 is greater than or equal to 1, or y plus 1 by y is greater than or equal to 2. Similarly, if y is negative, we can prove that it is less than or equal to minus 2. Okay, let us try to solve this question, guys. In this question, suppose that a, b, and c are real numbers greater than 1. Then the value of 1 by 1 plus log of c by a to the base a square by b plus 1 by log of 1 plus log of a by b to the base b square plus c plus 1 by 1 plus log of b by c to the base c square a is asked. One thing you should notice is all of these three terms are symmetrical. Let us first look at the first term. The first term is 1 divided by 1 plus log of c by a to the base a square b. If you want to simplify this denominator, I'll express 1 as log of a square b to the base a square b. just so that I can add both of these terms. So the first term becomes equal to 1 divided by log of a square b to the base a square b plus log of c by a to the base a square b. This is equal to 1 by log of, because the base of both the logarithms is the same, we can combine both of them. The base will be a square b and the argument will be a square b into c by a. This is log of ABC. So this is 1 by log of ABC to the base a square b. If you're taking the reciprocal, what does it have become? This becomes log of a square b to the base ABC. This is the first term, which is this one. The second term, you can simplify using the same logic. You are going to get this as log of, this will be b square c to the base ABC. And the third term, again using the same way, you are going to simplify this to equal log of, the base is again ABC, this is c square a. This is the first term. The argument is a square b, the base is ABC. This is the second term. The argument is b square c, the base is ABC. This is the third term, log of c square a, the argument and the base is ABC. You will notice that again for the three terms, the base is the same, which is ABC. So if you are adding all the three logarithms, you are going to get this as log of, the base is ABC and the argument is a square b into b square c into c square a, which is log of ABC and the argument is ABC whole cube. This is a square a, which is a cube, b square b, which is b cube, c square c, which is c cube. This becomes equal to 3. So the answer for this particular question is 3. Let us now look at the next question. One thing I wanted to tell you, many people keep asking me, like somebody asked me earlier, I think Vedantika or somebody, that how can I practice CAT level questions? Okay, if you have completed some syllabus, I think she said that I completed algebra and I wanted to practice algebra, or I completed geometry, I wanted to practice geometry questions. I would say the best resource for you is the Cracku CAT questions. Just Google search Cracku CAT questions. If you Google search this, you will get a page like this. You can see it. I'm not sure whether you can read it or not. Here we have CAT probability questions. Here we have CAT geometry questions. Here we have CAT linear equations questions and CAT averages, ratio and proportion questions. You click on any one of them. Similarly, you have DLR questions and VRC questions. You will have more tiles also over here. You click on any one of them, you will get a list of all of those questions from that particular topic. This is an excellent resource which I would want you to use. The other one is the Cracku CAT study material. I think this also is a very, very useful resource. Here we have the list of all the materials that we are giving for free. For example, on this page, you can find the CAT mock test page where you have 3 free CAT mock tests. You can also get the CAT formula PDF. This formula PDF is downloaded by more than lakhs of people. I think it is by like some 2.5 lakhs or so last year. Very good resource for CAT formulas. Similarly, even the CAT questions. This is basically the page that I was discussing. You have a link to that over here. So all the free stuff that we are offering, you can find it on this particular page. You have to just Google search Cracku CAT study material to get this page. Here you have the link of all the free materials that we are offering. If you are specifically looking at questions, just Google search Cracku CAT questions and you will get this particular page. Let us now look at the next question, guys, and try to solve it. Sir, what can I do? I'm able to understand equations of Quant but unable to form equations as this is even helpful in LRDI. I didn't understand your question, man. How is this related to LRDA? Akriti is saying, sir, my scores in VRC are fluctuating and it demotivates me. Can you please guide me through this? I think VRC scores fluctuate for many people, so don't worry about it. Just focus on reading as many articles as you can on a daily basis. Every single day, I want you to read at least 5 to 6 articles from Hindu, Indian Express, or The Guardian. Read these articles regularly. That I think is a very good way in which you can improve your VRC score. Don't let your mind demotivate you. Just focus on reading a lot of articles online. They should not be books, they should not be fiction. They should be non-fiction, either editorials or opinion articles, something like that. And read as many as you can on a daily basis. That is sufficient for you to do very well in VRC. Okay, the time is up. Let us try to solve this question. In this question, we are told that x, y, and z are positive real numbers such that x to the power 12 is y to the power 16 is z to the power 24. And the three quantities 3 times log x to the base y, 4 times log y to the base z, and n times log of z to the base x are in an arithmetic progression. Find the value of n. So we have x to the power 12 is equal to y to the power 16 is equal to z to the power 24. Let us assume that this is equal to k. So the value of x is k to the power 1 by 12. The value of y is k to the power 1 by 16. And the value of z is k to the power 1 by 24. Now, what is the value of log of x to the base y? Log of x to the base y is equal to log of k to the power 1 by 12 to the base k to the power 1 by 16. This becomes equal to 1 by 12 divided by 1 by 16, which is simply equal to 4 by 3. This becomes equal to 16 by 12. So this is equal to 4 by 3. What is the value of log of y by y to the base z? Log of y to the base z is equal to log of k to the power 1 by 16 to the base k to the power 1 by 24. This is equal to 1 by 16 divided by 1 by 24. This is again equal to 24 by 16, which is equal to 3 by 2. So this is equal to 3 by 2. And the last one is log of z to the base x. Log of z to the base x is log of k to the power 1 by 24, and the base is k to the power 1 by 12. This becomes equal to 1 by 24 divided by 1 by 12, which is equal to 12 by 24, which is equal to 1 by 2. So what we are told is this is equal to 1 by 2. The three terms that are in an arithmetic progression are 3 times log x to the base y, that is 3 times 4 by 3. The second one is 4 times log y to the base z, that is 4 times 3 by 2. And the last one is n times log z to the base x, which is n into 1 by 2. This is 4, 6, and n by 2. These three are supposed to be in an arithmetic progression. So if you have 3 terms a, b, c in an arithmetic progression, when are a, b, c in an arithmetic progression? They are in an arithmetic progression if a plus c is equal to 2 times b. That is 4 plus n by 2 is equal to 2 times 6, which is 12, or n by 2 is equal to 8, or n is equal to 16. Therefore, the answer for this particular question is 16. Try to solve this question, guys. This is an interesting question. Yeah, Vineet, Pratik, Ayush, Vedantika, Sarthak, Ashay, Shubham, Anurag, Ananya, all of these guys have gotten it correct. Devi Singh is saying, how are you, sir? I'm pretty good, man. How are you? I hope you're also good. Okay, we got 112 likes. Please like the stream, guys. Let us try to take it to 150 likes before the stream ends. Please like the stream and subscribe to the channel. Devi Singh is saying, sir, last year I scored 85% in quant. Is it possible for me to cross 99.5 in quant? I think you can definitely improve above 99. If some luck favors you, I think even 99.5 is possible. It is not impossible, but you'll have to put in a lot of effort. From 85, I've seen many people cross 99. That much I can tell you. So it depends on you and how much effort you put in. Your concepts have to be clear. If you're aiming for 99 plus, you should not have any weakness. You should not feel that, okay, I'm good at arithmetic algebra, but I'm very weak at geometry. That won't work if you're aiming for 99 plus. If you want 99 plus, you should be good at everything and you should solve more and more and more questions. Okay. In this question, we are asked for the number of 5-digit numbers greater than 50,000 that can be formed using 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Repetition is allowed, such that the sum of the first and the last digit should not be more than 8. So we are looking for 5-digit numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which has to be greater than 50,000. This is strictly greater than 50,000. So the first term can be either 5, or it can be 6, or it can be 7. The first digit cannot be 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. If the first digit is 5, the sum of the first digit and the last digit has to be not more than 8. So the last digit can be either 0 or 1 or 2 or 3. So there are 4 possibilities over here for the last digit. The second digit, that is the thousandths digit, can be any one of the 8 digits. It can be 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 6 or 7. Similarly, this also can be any one of the 8 and this also can be any one of the 8. So the total possibilities when the first digit is 5 is 4 into 8 cube. However, you should be careful. One of those digits, one of those numbers in 4 into 8 cube will be the number 5, 0, 0, 0 and 0. That is, it will be 50,000. But we are only looking for numbers which are strictly greater than 50,000. We are not saying greater than or equal to 50,000. We want the numbers to be strictly greater than 50,000. So that one case has to be removed. So if the first digit is 5, the number of numbers that are possible is 4 into 8 cube minus 1. If the first digit is 6, the last digit can be either 0 or 1 or 2. So there are 3 possibilities. Again, the thousandths digit can be any one of the 8 digits. The hundreds also can be any one of the 8. And the tens also can be any one of the 8. So the total possibilities will be 3 into 8 cube. Here, unlike in the first case, 6, 0, 0, 0, 0 is possible because this is 60,000, which is still greater than 50,000. So that minus 1 is not applicable over here. Similarly, if the first digit is 7, the last digit can be either 0 or 1. That is, there are 2 cases possible here. Again, the thousandths digit we have 8, hundreds digit 8 and tens digit 8. So the total possibilities is 2 into 8 cube. Therefore, the overall number of 5-digit numbers that are possible is 4 into 8 cube plus 3 into 8 cube plus 2 into 8 cube minus 1, which is 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9. So this is 9 into 8 cube minus 1. 8 cube is 512. So this is 9 into 512 minus 1. 9 into 512 is 4608 minus 1, which is 4607. So the answer for this particular question is option D, which is 4607. We have two questions. I will give these two questions as homework. Whoever gets both the questions correct, please comment below this video your answer for the 15th question. This is the 15th question. Pause the screen and try to understand it. Or after the stream is over, you can just come back and see this. This is the 15th question. And this is the 16th question. Both the questions are not very difficult. They are definitely solvable. This is the 16th question, and we have, this is the 15th question. Anybody who gets both of these questions correct, please comment your answer in as a comment. I will look at it, and whoever gets the question correct first, we will pin that comment for some time. And many of you wanted us to evaluate your profile. I get so many requests on LinkedIn or Instagram, sometimes on WhatsApp, that okay sir, this is my profile, how much do I need to score to get a call from ABC? To help all of the students, we built this CAT profile evaluator. This is a very good tool. This uses AI, and we have the admission criteria for all the top MBA institutes. We have filed RTIs to get a very good understanding of the cutoffs. You have to just Google search Cracku CAT profile evaluator. Then you will get this page. The page will have options for you to fill your name, your 10th score, your 12th score, all of these things. And once you click on submit, you will get your profile evaluated. I would say this is a pretty good tool. It will help you quite a lot in understanding what is the percentile that you will need to get a call from the top institutes. So definitely do check it out. Again, I wanted to show you these two questions. This is question number 15. I know the answer. It is not a very difficult question. And this is question number 16. Whoever gets both of these questions, please do comment under this video. The guy who comments it first and gets both of them correct, we will pin it for some time. Thank you guys.